We've all had them. We all know what they are. Some are huge, like the kid from Harambe. Or some you just had a really bad time with one of those slap bracelets. For me, I will never forget a specific event that happened to me, and I'm here to share it with you guys. You know the age where you just barely haven't hit puberty, but you know what the important things in life are? For me, it was the boys and the squirrel cult, but that's a story for another time. Now, around that time, I was a part of the Scouts, and that was before they let in the girls. If you don't know what being a Scout is about, it's basically a large group of guys, about ages 11 to 12 to 16 to 17, 18, go out into the woods with about 2 to 3 leaders, and you have a huge camp out. You also work to get some merit badges, so that when you go into interviews, people nod their heads slightly more when you say you're an Eagle Scout. Now that you kind of get the inside scoop on what being a Scout was about, keep in mind that we had been planning a camping trip to go to a dam. Where exactly, you ask? Great question. Before I answer that, let me tell you what it's like to get ready for that camping trip. You wake up super early, crack of dawn, 5, 6 a.m. You, groggily, have to get all of your camping gear, put it into your dad's truck or mom's car, Wake up the groggy parents. They drive you over to where you're supposed to meet all the other Scouts to go on the camping trip and the adults who are going to take you there to the actual camping trip. You unload all your camping supplies, put it into the car that you designated with your friends. You start driving for 5 minutes and bam, out like a light. You have no idea what's happening anymore. You could be going through a portal for all you care. For all you realize, you just wake up and all of a sudden you're in a whole new land. Alice in Wonderland. That's what happened with me, at least. And I wake up and all of a sudden we're in the middle of the woods starting a hike to go to the dam. Everyone decides that they want to do a little bit of free exploring, freestyle, you know what I mean? So everyone starts hiking through the brush, going and hiking upwards up a hill to the dam, and it's about like a mile away. We're going through about this little stream with slippery rocks, like you slip, you fall, you scratch your leg, whatever. Not too bad. We finish going through this little stream, and we get to kind of the dam area. You're sitting at the top of the dam. You can look over, you can see the water, everything. Wow, that's really tall. Wow, that's really steep. Hoo, look at all the water gushing down the dam. Super cool. We're all feeling adventurous. We still have some spirit left in us, so we decide, why not go on a little bit more of an adventure? There's a rock over there a ways. So we all head out to this giant looking rock. It's like a mountain. It's sticking out of the mountain, this huge little crevice. It's looking really weird just from far away. I'm looking at it and I'm thinking in my mind, big rock, like fatty. So this is what it looks like. There's this trail leading up the mountain, and it's kind of going in a backwards U shape, like you're trying to do a turn around in the middle of downtown, and everybody's honking at you and getting mad at you because you didn't see that there's a no U-turns there. And in the middle of that U-turn, there's that giant ominous rock, and this rock is like sticking out, kind of overlooking the dam where all the water is, the edge of the water. Now this rock is so ominous, it could be in a Disney prince death scene. That's how bad it is. It looks so scary. At the bottom of the giant rock are these huge jagged spikes that you see in Mortal Kombat when you fall to the end and you just get impaled. It looks like that. I'm not even making this up. It's as scary as that. There's multiple of them jagged everywhere. And I'm kind of getting sweaty because the rest of the Scouts, the rest of the boys, went down around the U-turn. They finished their turn, got down to the bottom of the lake, and they were just swimming. They brought their swimsuits. I, being the groggy prepubescent I was, forgot to bring my swimsuit. And so did another homeschool kid. Now about this kid. As I said before, he's homeschooled, so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm trying to say here. If you're lacking and you don't yet comprehend what I'm trying to put out there, he's special. He was unique. What can I say? Every time you'd walk into a room, he would be screaming. Not like shouting and yelling at people, but he had no control of his voice, and he was a prepubescent. So you'd walk in and it'd sound something like this. Hi guys, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. Needless to say, not a lot of people talk to him. So me and this kid are up on the top of this ominous Disney rock, and I'm getting bored. I'm still feeling adventurous, so I decide, dude, I'm gonna go check out the edge of this rock. I need to see what's up. So this homeschooled kid is sitting at the top of the rock, and I start scooting my way down towards the edge of the rock. I'm careful. I'm a scout. I know what's up. I've heard the stories. My mom loved me. And so I'm scooting down to the edge of this rock, kind of like shifting my knees. Here, I got you. I'll show you. I'm kind of in this weird little squat like this, like slowly waddling down to the edge of the side of the cliff. And as I get to the edge, I like careen over, I'm looking, I'm like, oh wow, that's about 7 seconds, 5 seconds. So I spit over the edge, count how many times it will fall down, how long it takes. Okay, cool. And I turn around to make my way back up the cliff. And this is the thing that gets me to this day. I'll always kind of like remember that feeling and remember that just loss of grip. Because at the time, because I was so careful, I didn't realize that I didn't have any traction on my shoes. It was all worn out because I'm a scout. And I also realized that there was gravel on the rock. If you've ever gone dirt biking or if you've ever gone anywhere with gravel, you realize stuff's scary. And so here I am realizing these things, and I start sliding backwards. It's all happens in slow motion. I'm sliding backwards. I look up, make eye contact with the homeschooled kid. He's beating right back at me like this. I'm like, bro, what do you mean? I'm sliding down the cliff. One leg goes off the end of it. I'm thinking in my head, dude, this is it. I don't even know. Nobody's even gonna know I'm gonna fall off this cliff except this kid. He's probably gonna be screaming, reenacting what happened. I don't want everybody to listen to that. That's boring. I'm sliding down still, like barely. And when I say I'm sliding, I'm like clawing at the gravel, trying to get any grip as I'm just going down. And my other leg goes out, but my knee catches the edge of the cliff. And that gave me barely enough traction to slow it down to like a slow little loss of grip. And the entire time I'm just hoarse. You know that saying, like how the wind gets knocked out of you? There's no saying for this, but I just can't talk because I'm just fighting for my life, trying to not get impaled like Ursula and Little Mermaid. And so I'm sitting there looking at the dirt now, just trying to stop the gravel. I look up, see the homeschooled kid, and he's still sitting there going. And like in my eyes, if you were to see them, I looked at him and you could just tell that I was screaming help or do anything, or at least scream for once and stop not screaming in your life. Scream, say something helpful. And I was just kind of stuck there. And then barely got enough grip to move my hand up. And then I shifted my leg up. And then I did this very awkward like seal wobble across the cliffside. Crawled all the way up to the homeschooled kid. Looked him in the eyes while my hand was outstretched. And he looked right back at me. And I'll never forget these words. That would have been bad! You think? You think that would have been bad? So needless to say, I get the heck off of that rock. I'm walking back down. I'm walking to the dam, I'm fuming. I'm confused. I'm like, did I almost die? Did I not? Is this a lame story? I don't know. I think I almost died. I'm in shock a little bit. So I sit down at the dam. I'm just watching the other guys swim. I look back at the sharp rocks. Think about Ursula again, almost getting shanked. Anyway, that's my traumatizing story, guys. If you have a near-death experience, leave it below in the comments. I want to read these. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it. See ya.